So, hi, I'm Orion, and if you didn't already know, I love music. Yeah, is anyone surprised? So, I thought it'd be an opportunity to show you my incredible CD collection. I haven't counted, but I will say that I have probably too many CDs. So without further ado, I'm going to start off with my personal DIY'd CDs, because I have a good chunk of them. A lot of these are pretty sketch, so like this. This is The Dots by Alaska Alaska. I haven't actually listened to this album that much, but I did buy a version on like HD Tracks. Other People's Heartache by Bastille. So I have basically Blank Banshee's entire discography. All of these were purchased digitally. This one, admittedly, I didn't get through the most legal means, but because CD editions of this are so hard to find, I just DIY'd it. It is the Blue Room EP by Coldplay. It has the better version of Don't Panic. I will die on this hill. Moving on, this is New Energy by Fortet. Now this EP, what I'm about to show you, I loved this EP when it came out. This is Cypress Grove by Glaive. Moving on, this is Clear Tame by Igloo Ghost. You know what, I feel like for Igloo Ghost's albums, I feel like, you know, making your own dodgy versions are, you know, kind of necessary, but I bought the digital version from Bandcamp. So next up, I have both of Karma Field's studio albums. Moving on, this is an artist that I kind of hold dear to me. I've known him for literally like, has to be like a decade almost now, but it is The Quay, or Quay, In This Home We Built. I haven't actually properly listened to this album that many times. I should probably get on that. Basically, this was a big favourite back when it came out, and I was obsessed with it. It is Good Faith by Madeon. What I have next is an artist you will have never heard of, because all their stuff is deleted. And yeah, they committed a lot of musical theft, and they're also me. So I have both projects from NRD. Art is Dead was like the first project. Both of these suck, by the way. I feel like I might make them public at some point again, but yeah. Now this next album, if you know me, you'll know I love this artist. It's Puppet, with I Know You Know Who I Am. If you want to get to know me, listen to this album like 50 times, boom, you are me. It is one of my favourite albums and my favourite artist of all time, mostly because some of the songs are literally like the reason I'm still alive. So yeah, I saw him live in London, and it was just the best experience. So here we have Grand Mirage by Robotaki. This is another album that is like an Orion essential. This is an album that's that like barely exists, but this is Hit Vibes by Saint Pepsi, aka Skylar Spence. The last few proper albums are basically the entire Shinjuku Mad discography. So Organic Thoughts from the Synthetic Mind, Shinjuku Mad, Self-Titled album, and Shinjuku Beats / Zenkai Beats. And now weirdly, this is probably the weirdest thing I have in my collection. This is a compilation of songs by Tobu. If you know who that is, it's an artist that exclusively releases like free, copyright-free music. Which, yeah, I've definitely grown out of that phase, but that is all my DIY CDs. So, starting off, Streets of Gold by 303. It's definitely not Age of the Great, but 303 they're kind of an interesting band to listen to, and this album is, like, if you think about it, this is where hyperpop kind of started. 21 by Adele. I haven't listened to this. It was my mum's, but she listened to it and thought, fuck this. Avicii's entire discography, at least his albums, then Quarter Life Crisis by Baby Queen. I saw her live in Sheffield. She was great. Now this what I'm about to show you is a classic, but Now You're Gone, the album by Bass Hunter. It just has some classics on here. And now I think these are most of Bastille's studio albums, most if not all. So All This Bad Blood, the re-release with the Other People's Heartache 2. Wild World, the Doom Days. This was a big hitter when I was like properly getting to listening to albums. And then Give Me the Future. I saw a show by Dan Howell that reminded me of this album so much because of the all apocalyptic themes. The Beginning by the Black Eyed Peas, that's an album. Paranoid by Black Sabbath, classic. Blur self-titled. 13 by Blur, The Ballad of Darren by Blur. I haven't listened to this. That's the Spirit by Bring Me the Horizon. I have Burial self-titled. In fact, I have 3 albums by Burial. I have self-titled, Untrue. This is like, obviously everyone knows this is one of the greatest electronic albums of all time. And then the Anti-Dawn Ambient EP. Is this technically an EP? It's 5 tracks, it's an EP. I'm calling it an EP anyway. So that is the first stack. So I need to sort this out and put it back. Okay, so next we moved on to Carly Rae Jepsen, and I have Emotion, Dedicated side B, and then, oh god, The Loneliest and Loveliest Time. Carly Rae Jepsen, Mother. She just does pop music perfectly. Next is an artist that's a bit problematic, CeeLo Green. The Lady Killer. 3 Words by Cheryl Cole. And New Eyes by Clean Bandit. I miss this Clean Bandit. The Clean Bandit that wasn't massively overplayed. And even then, if it was overplayed, it was actually good music. Next up's a big hitter. I basically have Coldplay's entire discography, so Parachutes, Rush, X and Y, Viva, Milo Xylotor, Ghost Stories, horrifically underrated, Head Full of Dreams, Everyday Life, also massively underrated, Higher Power CD single, 2 different CD singles of My Universe with BTS, cringe, and I can't remember what this is called, Music of the Spheres. I find it so sad how Coldplay just fell off the way they did. Random Access Memories by Daft Punk. Nearer the Fountain, More Pure the Stream Flows. It's a cute album. And then 2 albums by David Guetta, Nothing But the Beat 2.0 and Listen. I haven't really listened to this one, I stole it from my dad, I don't know why anymore. But I got this when David Guetta was in his peak. He was in his peak era. I mean, the amount of hits. Titanium, Turn Me On with Nicki Minaj. So that is that for that stack. Right, moving on, we have Halcyon Days by Ellie Goulding. And then we have some compilations. If you've been following, and this is sorted by the alphabet, and I have Eurovision 2021 compilation, Eurovision 22 compilation, and Eurovision 2023 compilation. Yeah, I love Eurovision. I don't know if I'll buy this year's compilation just because a certain country that's taken part is not doing good stuff. That's like the most light-hearted I can say it. I'm playing in the Shadows by example. I haven't listened to this at all. Next we get onto an album I don't listen to enough nowadays, but some of the tracks on it are incredible. It is Magdalene by FKA Twigs. I have a lot of Falls albums. I basically have most of the discography, except I don't have any of the remix albums, and I don't have I know there's one I'm missing. Yeah, I have Antidotes, Holy Fire, which still has the hype sticker on. Weird. What Went Down. I'm having to look at the back. If They're Not Saved Will Be Lost Part 1. If They're Not Saved Will Be Lost Part 2. And Life Is Yours. Next up, a little bit of a detour you probably wouldn't expect. It's Galantis. I think this is called Firebird. Pharmacy. Probably one of the best indie bands to come out in the past since 2019. First Glass Beach album. Love this album. Ending out this stack is basically the entire Gorillaz discography. The only one I don't have is the remix album. Do I even have the Fall? Yeah, I have the Fall over the bloody remix album. Shows how much I despise that album. Okay, so this one is an embarrassing one. I blame my terrible music taste when I was 10 years old and the fact that they were just kind of around, but JLS, I have all but their newest album. So, Self-Titled, Out of This World, Jukebox, whichever this one is, and the Greatest Hits album. I don't listen to them at all, for many reasons, mostly taste. From Katy Perry, we have Teenage Dream Complete Confection and Prism. Now this album was a massive album when I was younger, back in 2020, but this is Butterfly Effect by Coven, and I want to show you this. They signed it. It's a signed edition. So this artist you might know from making songs for Euphoria, but back in my day we had Electronic Earth. This is full of hits. Like he truly had the 2010s in his fingertips. From Lady Gaga we have Fame Monster and Chromatica, because and now an album you probably won't have heard of unless you're kind of insane, but Supervision by LaRue. LaRue was a duo, they split up, now it's just Ellie making music. There's Little Sims, I have Grey Area, probably one of the best rap albums out there. Like, people like to joke about Little Sims because she's a woman, but listen, better than most rappers, I'll say that. And then her follow-up, Sometimes I Might Be Introvert. And now a little bit of a detour. This is the Legend of Zelda 25th anniversary orchestra version, I guess. So I have two albums by Lorde. I have Melodrama and Solar Power. Yes, I bought the weird cardboard box thing, the CD that's not a CD. What I'm about to show you is an album I wish I didn't have, but it exists and I liked them at one point. Sorry for Party Rockin' by LMFAO. Adventure by Marion. Marion, I love him. Love him as a producer. Next up, The Midnight Beast with Stickheads. Bangers by Miley Cyrus. Yeah, it's bangers. Montaigne. Australia's Eurovision 2021 representative. Complex this is one of the best pop albums out there. Making It by Montaigne. Did I call them she? Did I accidentally misgender them? Fuck. Yeah, they are non-binary, so apologies. Listen, everyone makes accidents. But with me, my entire existence is the accident, so it's fine. I'm looking at this album and I know that I'm just... Why do I have this? No copyright sounds. Best of 2016. This has some of the most overused YouTube music out there. Here's an album you probably won't have heard of. It is Hideous Bastard by Oliver Sim. This is a bit of a sad album, but also an album full of hope. Now I don't know if I have more of his albums on the next stack, but I have at least 3 Olly Murs albums. I haven't listened to these at all. They just happen to appear. I don't know why. I think he just comes in. I think the government is putting Olly Murs albums into my room. I don't know. Alright, so we're on to the final stack. Let's try and blast through this. Panchico death metal is decent, I guess. Plan B Defamation of Strickland Banks. Haven't listened to this properly, but it has a few hits on it. Nurture by Porter Robinson. Love this album. Some of these tracks literally are the reason I'm still alive. Hollywood's Bleeding by Post Malone. Banger after banger. Really liked that era of Post Malone. Purity Ring's entire album discography, so Shrines, Another Eternity, and Womb. Human by Rag & Bone Man, I think I stole from my mum. Aura by Rita Ora, I cannot for the life of me remember when I got this. It's kind of been existing forever in my room. And yeah. Oh, this CD case is broken. Talk That Talk by Rihanna. Midair by Romy. Haven't listened to this. How Did We Get So Dark by Royal Blood. I don't have their first album. I need to get it at some point. To complete the collection, obviously. Typhoons by Royal Blood. Love, love, love this album. Back to the Water Below by Royal Blood. Haven't listened to it. Sam Ryder's entire singleography. And yet 2 of them are signed. I also have a cassette copy of this and this. I haven't really actually listened to his stuff post Eurovision. Crucify me. Selena Gomez and the Scene, Kiss and Tell. Lol. All I have to say about this is lol. Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites by Skrillex. Classic dubstep album. Bangarang by Skrillex. Another banger. Banger set of tracks. Multitude by Stromae. Honestly, if you haven't listened to this album, go do it. Go do it. Fill yourself with French. Because he's not French, he's Belgian, thankfully. So, Currents by Tame Impala. I literally bought this just for the fact that I have a copy of Currents. There's literally that's it. And then Discovery by Tiny Temper. Again, like Labyrinth ruled the 2010s in the UK. I'm gonna have to. By Tool, we have Enema, Lateralis, and 10,000 Days. And then we're moving on to the last little bit, the last few. So, Fearless in Love by Voyager, Black and White by Wretch32, the entire discography of the XX, except, as you're probably aware, they have a 3rd album. Where is it? Well, I only recently got a copy of their 3rd album, called ICU, and yeah, it is up in Chef. It is not in my possession right here, right now. Somehow this video has been almost an hour long, so I don't know how I'm going to edit this down. It's going to be stressful, but yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. This has been my CD collection. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Well, I haven't said that in a while. I've been Orion signing out, I guess.